Hello, everyone, and welcome to True Dungeon Talk with Trent. This is another episode. It's a very special episode that I'm very excited about. We're going to be talking with the creator of True Dungeon, Jeff Martin. We're going to be discussing Skullcon and all kinds of other fun stuff. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Trent of TrentTokens.com. I'm a big fan of the game called True Dungeon and a very avid collector of tokens, as you can see from this wall here of binders full of tokens. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. But before we get started, I want to address something. I've been getting a lot of these questions, and maybe if you saw the AMA recently, you heard the answer to this question. But I keep getting this question, so I wanted to address it now before we get started. Speaking of Skullcon, my work schedule has just been really, really busy. It's always busy, but this has been an exceptionally busy year. And I normally schedule all of my conventions in January, so that's how far ahead I schedule everything. And everyone that keeps asking me about Skullcon, I unfortunately have to tell them that I can't make it. So if you hadn't heard that yet, there's that. So I just wanted to address that real quick. Let me say hello to some people in the chat here. Hello, Brian, Dave, Gil Strife, Raven. Nice to meet you, Trent of Trent Tokens. Yeah, okay, the Raven. Hello, Snake Eyes. Hello, everybody. But before we get to Jeff, I have some breaking news. So let's do this.
Breaking news, see? Yeah, breaking news.
Okay, so I'm the one that has the breaking news. So the breaking news is that I can go to Skullcon. Dance break. Oh, yeah. Dance break. Skullcon. That's right, I made it work out. I did some scheduling adjustment, and I'm going to Skullcon. Turkey neck. Skullcon. Skullcon. That's right. Okay, all right. That's crazy dance. So there you go. There's the breaking news special announcement. I can make it to Skullcon. My buddy Dave, who I normally run with, he didn't even know that. So, there he is. Fantastic. So for all of you who can go to Skullcon, I am over the moon excited to be able to see you there. I went to True Dungeon Celebration in 2017. It was amazing. I still have some good friends that I met there for the first time now. So it's going to be awesome. But without further ado, let's get to the man, the myth, the legend, and discuss Skullcon and all kinds of other things. Let's give it up for Jeff Martin. Everybody welcome Jeff Martin.
Yay.
Hey, Jeff. Oh, look at the audience. They love you.
They too.
Welcome to the show, Jeff. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I'm not as good looking as the previous guest, but
that's right. I hope the previous guest he's referring to is his lovely wife, Lori, which is a great show. I had planned for that to be about an hour. We went for about 2 hours, I think, and maybe even more. So
yes,
it was pretty crazy. So welcome, Jeff, to the show. How you doing? Speaking of Lori and you, how's life? How's things going on?
Pretty well. I got a little bit of grass allergy kicking my butt lately here for some reason. Really bad this year. A lot of people I know are getting hit hard this year. So pardon the voice, a little raspy.
It's understandable. Yeah, I have friends at work who are allergic, and it's not been a good season from what I understand.
Yeah, something around here. I don't know, something a little extra special.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll feel better soon. And let's say hello to some newer people that joined in. Hello, Jason and Brian. Board Games with Trent. Yeah, that could be another show. And Snake Eyes noticed something over your left shoulder. What is that over your left shoulder there, Jeff?
Oh, this is my potion in case I start coughing or whatever. This is the best stuff. It's very good. It's like awesome paint thinner, and you can use it for pasta.
It looks like it tastes horrible.
I'll take a swig now.
Oh my God. And that's how we lost Jeff. R.I.P. Poor thing. All right, so we have got lots of things to discuss. And speaking of that, for all the people in chat, as you know, if this isn't your first time, throw those questions in there. You can say, if you say question dash and then the question, it's a little easier to grab them in the chat. But I'll do my best to get to all of those questions. So anyone has any questions about anything, throw it in the chat. We will be getting to a lot of things, Patron runs, Skullcons, all kinds of fun stuff. So your questions might be answered very soon. But speaking of that, let's jump into what just finished last week. So we're recording this on the 28th of May, and last weekend, May 20th through the 22nd, was the final adventure of Fortune's Tide, VTD 11. We defeated Barb Beard, or some of us. Sometimes he defeated us if you ran it multiple times. So how was that? Tell us how you think that went, and did you learn anything from it, etc.?
Yeah, the feedback was really good. I think we were able to put on a good final adventure. I was pretty happy with it. We made some last minute tweaks, which I'm glad we did. We're having a bit of a challenge finding NPCs here locally that can come, and we're able to find a couple kind of last minute, which is great. Those are always really good to have in. So, we're always trying to at least get a couple NPCs in every adventure now. So we've learned that, that's a fan favorite, and people want to interact with live actors as much as they can. Mm-hmm. It's just hard to get people that can commit to the full schedule of a weekend. So that's one of the reasons that we decided to go later on Fridays. I know it's not great for people, but by doing that, we're able to get people that were in work or in school here locally, and now they can volunteer, which before they couldn't. So it helps a lot.
I heard more than once, and I would agree, that this was one of the best of all the virtual events. And I think it was, from my perspective, I think it was one of the best because of the differences, the new things that were introduced, like taking the potion. Maybe that was done far in the past, but in virtual, I don't recall it. Taking the potion, something happened that you needed. I don't want to give away too much. And there were other variations that were different than your typical, you come in, it's a puzzle, solve the puzzle. You come in, it's a combat, do the combat. So I really appreciated and enjoyed those differences. So that was last week. Speaking of Barb Beard, this is, it was V7 through V11. That was that story arc. Where did you come up with the idea for Barb Beard? Was there anything that influenced you?
Well, usually when we have a story arc, we kind of start with the characters first that we want to, and then the characters get started by what kind of like masks or costumes or examples we can find. So in case of these adventures, it all started with finding that mask that you saw Barbird was wearing, and then we put him on a costume, and I was like, man, this would make a really great villain. And then we found the orc costume and came up with Bud-Eye Boggs and went from there. And then One Boot Billy came along later as well. We found him, and he's going to come back sometime.
Yeah, that's what I believe will happen in the future for those. Again, I don't want to do too much of a spoiler. I think we're going to be seeing One Boot Billy, and I don't know if we're helping him find his other boot or if he's going to kick us in our butts with his one boot. But I think that's a fan favorite too. There's a lot of fun things that One Boot Billy does. And speaking of pirates, is it correct? Am I remembering correctly that the 2023 season is also pirate themed?
Yes. Yeah. Again, COVID kind of messed things up as we wanted to do some of these live adventures. We weren't able to get as much as we thought we were in, so we kind of punted and we went with kind of a ghost chaser / pirate theme for 2023 with the tokens, and we're going to carry that over into the adventure. So when you go to Gen Con in 2023, there'll be kind of a ghost chaser type adventure, and then there'll be a pirate adventure, and who knows what else.
Awesome. Something ghostly and piratey. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Mr. Timothy asked, Jeff, why didn't you use a port/starboard joke for the wine rack puzzle?
I'm not clever. I didn't think of it. Sorry. That would have been good. That would have been great. Yep.
That would have been good.
And starboard, but starboard.
Being a Navy guy, I think I would get that joke, and some others would as well. David says, and the books are still there. I think that was, let me go to this shot here. Over Jeff's right shoulder on the top there. Yeah, the other right, closer to your headphones, right there, are David's books. For those who didn't know, David Gersbach is a fantasy author, and that series is 11 books, David. I think it's 11 or 12, and it's incredible. You can get them.
A couple of different time here, histories of time type of things. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so it's a 12, so it's 12. That's right. You had 11 and just came out with a 12th. There we go. So yeah, for you fantasy fans out there, I think you would really enjoy David's writings. You can get them anywhere you buy your books. So we finished V7 through V11, but wait, there's more. The B Series.
Yeah, the B Series. Yes.
So what was the inspiration to do the B Series? Why do this again and make the tweaks?
Because I want to do better.
Okay.
Yeah, once we start running it on Friday, it's really hard to fix a lot of stuff you want to do differently. So, yeah, I'm going to redo some of them 11 I'm going to change much. We'll change probably a room or two. The first one, 7B, we're probably going to end up changing at least 2 rooms completely. And
wow.
I think Plunder is going to be replaced by another game.
I heard it was such a big hit. Wonder why.
Lori told me she was going to hurt me. Lori and I are going to design a game together, she said.
Okay.
So yeah, there will be like 3 different rooms for 7B.
Wow. So 7B is going to be a lot of changes. And I assume at least in each adventure, there's going to be 1 new room. Is that a fair statement or not?
Yeah, at least. Yeah. And I'm actually kind of changing the story arc a little bit here. I don't want to say too much, but it won't be the same grand story. It won't be, we got to go start bar beard. It's going to be a little different. But
wow.
Generally,
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it'd be fun to change the overall story arc a bit.
That's awesome. Well, I think the Rabid fans like myself, we will play it no matter what, and we're kind of used to 1 room changing, but it sounds like you're going to be doing significant changes in some of these and also tweaking the story. So for the really big fans, I think that's awesome and will be fun. And then for the people who missed out on each of these, obviously they're going to be able to enjoy them. I actually ran in a pickup group on last weekend, and someone had never done virtual at all, so this was their first virtual. So I was elated to say, you're in luck, it's about to restart and there'll be tweaks. So I think he was very excited about that. So I'm too
that's John came up with the idea of delaying 7B till after Gen Con. We were going to do it in July, but that way we're going to really try to promote it to the folks at Gen Con, saying, hey, we're starting this series over again.
Oh, yeah.
It's in like 3 weeks, so here you go, grab your tickets, let's go have some fun. We'll see how that goes. But it'd be nice to try to get some of the Gen Con folks to jump on board as the series starts over.
That's a great idea. He is not as dumb as he looks. So good job on John. Speaking of buying tickets, the V7B tickets go on. The V7B series is August 26th through the 28th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and tickets go on sale June 26th. All right, so Tom says it's hard to hear. Anyone else? Is anyone else having difficulty hearing Jeff? Let me know in chat, and I'll turn him up, but I don't want to blow out the audio. Okay, so speaking of that, David says, is Jeff aware V7B tickets went on sale in TD events already with July dates?
I found out about that about 25 minutes ago. I've been doing a bunch of stuff today. So I got a call into the boss lady, and yeah, we'll lock it down and we'll just refund everything. Somehow there was I think the computer didn't get updated, so we're not going to be even running it on those days. So we'll have to refund everything. There's like 184 tickets sold already, but apologies, some glitch happened there. But yeah, we'll have to lock it down, and then as soon as Lori's right now at a graduation party, so when she gets back, I'm sure she'll lock it down and get everything refunded soon.
Okay, so everybody,
my apologies for that. Yeah,
understood. So don't buy those tickets; they're going to be refunded anyway. And Sean, hello, Sean. By the way, Sean is the one who introduced me to True Dungeon and Gen Con, so thank you for that, forever, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sean.
Sean says Gen Con bound, so he's excited. And Thomas says that you're fine now, so maybe the microphone was just a little away.
Sure.
All right, so let's see. Okay. Brian, I'm scrolling back up here and I see Brian was saying board games at Skullcon. So yes, there's going to be board games at Skullcon, and we'll talk about that in a hair. But before that, let me finish up with the B Series. So these are the dates for the B Series. Ebony Sale, so it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. V7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ebony Sale is August 26th through the 28th. The Sea Hag is September 9th through 11th. And you'll notice that these are all 3 dates so far, with the exception of the next one, Isle of Bone. A little star there. That's only 2 dates. That's a Saturday and Sunday,
Yep.
August 1st and 2nd, and we'll explain why in a second. Pain of Truce is November 4th through 6th, and Fortune's Tide, probably my favorite of the series, is December 2nd through 4th. So there you go. Tickets are on sale now, will be on sale on June 26th for 7B. And for those of you who are not aware, that's a Sunday on June 26th. Let me jump back to that slide real quick. Patrons can purchase tickets on the 24th, the Friday. Adventurers Guild members can purchase tickets on Saturday, the 25th, and the general public can purchase tickets on the 26th. But it is now time to discuss
Skullcon.
Oh, man, I was already excited that this was going to happen and people were going to be enjoying it. But now that I can go, I'm even more excited.
Yeah.
Skullcon. Man, how are the preparations coming for Skullcon, which is June 17th through the 18th?
They are going well. I guess Lori and Aaron got a bunch of stuff out this week. The folks, they all got their ticket times and we got their badges ready, so that's all good. We've got all the adventure stuff ready to go. We are prepared and ready to just get some boot when we get back. I'm actually going to go on a bit of a vacation right before Skullcon, and then we get back and we'll hit it hard. I'm really looking forward to just seeing everybody. I know that honestly, I didn't think we'd have 327 people coming to this thing.
328.
So 328. Yes, there you go. So yeah, that's why we couldn't really announce anything, is we didn't know how many people were coming, and that's why I left everything very vague. And I was like, all we're promises an adventure, because we didn't know how much time we would have to do other things with that many people coming. So then we eventually had to end up running some of this on Friday night just to fit everybody in. So we're hoping everybody will just come and have a good time around their adventures and just geek out about True Dungeon, play some card games, board games, whatever you want to do. Regent will be there for folks that want to play Regent. No rules provided, of course.
And now, yeah. Regent, for those who don't know, what is Regent?
It's the precursor to True Dungeon. Actually, it was how I came up with a combat system. I made this thing like 25 years ago now.
Wow. I should have got an image of it. I failed to get an image. Next time.
That's all right. I don't think there is one. I don't. Anyway, it's this old kind of clunky dice sliding game. You slide dice, and it's kind of fun. And I don't know, it's just kind of a tradition. People seem to like it, so I sought out. It's basically I used to do this thing called JeffCon, where I'd always come up with one cool game. This was just one of the cool games I came up with this one year, and the idea was to come up with a game that was simple enough. I didn't need to write the rules down. That I could just tell people it makes sense, and then that's so. The rules have never been written down anywhere, and but they're simple enough that you don't need them.
I thought there are rules on the board itself. You know, it kind of explains the game.
There's a list of some spells you can cast. Yeah, that's true. But there's no written rules about how the game's played. Yep. But anyway, it's fun. It's kind of a lighthearted thing. I don't think anybody takes it too seriously, and it's got some interest because it uses sliding dice, and you can bump other people's dice, and it gets kind of crazy. So.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I was just looking on my Facebook page here. I don't see any pictures of it, so it must have been someone else's albums. There are photos from the 2017 True Dungeon Celebration, so I remember it then. So there are photos that exist of it. Yeah. Now, speaking of photos, this image here, from what I understand, is the front of the Skullcon badge. Is that right?
Yes, we decided to go crazy and make it cool and come up with really nice convention badges. They're hard plastic ones like you'd get at Gen Con. And this is the front. The front also have your name, however you want it. However you told Laura you wanted your name, it'll be on there. And on the back will be this image.
What is this image? And what is Citadel of Cavadar? What is that?
That's where you're headed. The Skullcon adventure. You got to go see Cavadar, man. You made his skull. Now he wants to talk to you. Now you got to prove yourself to Cavadar, man. You screwed up. You made the skull. Now you're teleported to the Citadel. Now you got to prove yourself, or else. But on the back also will have your start times for your adventure, so that'll be cool. Everything's on your badge.
All right, so I'm excited about that, of course. Now, I want to switch to the singular view. So Raven says, when we're on the single, it's hard to hear you. Don't do anything with your mic. You're fine. I turned your volume up. So can you say something, Jeff? Something. Hello.
Apples. Something.
All right, so I just turned the volume up there. So let's cut. So, Raven, tell me how that goes. And thank you guys.
This, Raven?
Yeah, how's that, Raven?
Are you reading me in Canada?
You know, that's the problem. It's not us. It's Canada.
Electrons. Long way to go. Electrons.
Now, what is this? What is a Cavadar initiate? Or initiate?
What could that be? Let me see if I can look at my scope of my spyglass of answers.
Thank you, Raven.
Outlook looks cloudy. You will find out what that means, probably at the end of the adventure, maybe. But this, we made up some nice buttons as well, like survivor buttons. There's no survivor button, but you do get one of these cool initiate buttons. So you can, and it's going to be a big wide one. So it'll be different than anything we've ever made.
Very cool. So let's see. I had some questions. So actually a couple of FAQ comments / questions for Skullcon. If anyone hasn't heard yet, no treasure enhancers are needed. And correct me if this is wrong. It's no treasure enhancers are needed. So that means you can put other tokens there, and everyone gets 25 draws, whether it's the Patron run or the Skullcon run. Is that right?
Correct. Yep. Flat 25.
Was there a reasoning for that? I mean, because 25 is more than 23. Is stacks of 25 easier? I mean, not that I'm going to complain.
We're going to pretend the new enhancers out already. Treasure enhancers out for 2023. So we'll just pretend.
Oh, the bead. Okay, cool. Well, yay us. Now, for the Patron run and the Skullcon run, there's also no XP, though. That's right, correct?
Correct, yep.
Okay. And each Skullcon run you go on, and you can do a max of 2, and each Patron run you do, there's a participation token for each of those, right? A different one.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, awesome. And speaking of questions, if anyone has any questions, please ask in chat. Here's a question from Raven. Will the meta quest wrap up at Skullcon for those who have been following it for the last decade? And there's an emoji there, and it looks like this.
I was going to announce that later, but I guess. Yes, there will be. There will be 3 individuals. They know who the 3 are. They're going to have something to do on Friday night. And if they're successful, it's a boon for everybody at the whole event. They screw up, they mess up. It's it's something for everybody else. So they better start practicing whatever I'm going to have them do. But yeah, they'll have a challenge. The 3 will have a challenge. They must complete. So hopefully hopefully they'll get it. Because if they do, it'll be nice for everybody. But if they mess it up, it's bad news for everybody.
Can they ask us muggles, us normals, the normal people who haven't been doing it for a decade, to help them?
No. Unless you want to just cheer them on, sure, you can do that. There'll be a large crowd. There'll be probably a couple hundred people standing there looking at them.
Oh, but we can't shout out answers if we happen to know the answer. I mean, it's unlikely that we would, but just checking.
Correct.
Okay. So they, whatever it is, they got to figure it out.
Yep.
Now, I know 2 of the 3. Do I know the third? I don't know if I know the third. Raven says, "Yay! Crazy Muppet arms waving." So Raven is not, and she says,
she's
"Oh no,
happy now."
Yeah,
Let's hope. Boy, if they mess it up, though, she's not going to be too happy, I don't think, because there will be a lot of people coming after her.
Oh no! Well, that's her next comment here. Oh, no pressure. And Snake Eye says,
"No pressure at all."
Snake Eye says, "What?" In case you don't know, would you like to give a little bullet point about what is the Meta Quest?
There was a little set of weird back in 2012 when we first moved to the convention center. There was this weird thing on the double doors, and there was well, before that, there was a fish, but we'll talk about that later. That came, there was a red herring that, some red herrings came along. Anyway, yeah, it's been going on a while, but they had a chance, I think it was in 18, I think, maybe 17, to complete it, but I missed it by like an hour and a half. To read it. There was a code to decipher, so they were given another chance, and this seems like a good time to do it.
Now, do you know for sure all 3 of the participants will be coming? I mean, I know 2 are, but I don't know who the third is. I don't want to give it away if they want to keep their anonymity.
I believe they're all coming. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And they don't need to bring anything with them other than their smarts and their luck.
Now, you just gave them a clue, because I think I know one of them is in possession of that red herring. They probably won't trust you. They'll probably bring it anyway.
I don't want to cause any problems with, flights.
All right, so Kim says no pressure for the MetaQuest trio. Sure, no pressure. If you fail, we will all be very disappointed. But if you succeed, we'll all be very happy. Thomas asked, will there be a MetaQuest for the next decade?
I don't know. I have to keep an eye out. Maybe. Could be. Maybe there's already one going on. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
It is weird. I'm not so great at riddles, so I might notice something. I was like, that's new. But I'm not so good at riddles.
Keep an eye out.
Yes.
Get one of these. And you go to Gen Con, look around.
Oh, sounds
Maybe
like
you'll find something.
Sounds like a clue might be at Gen Con. And also, you usually do a Christmas clue as well, if you check the forums. Yeah, so for those of you who are riddle people, check the forums on Christmas Day, is it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
All right, so something on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day happens, and Jeff puts a riddle up or some type of clue, and then it goes away. So you got to grab it quick.
Yeah.
What do you mean saying yeah? You said you know what I'm talking about.
I just said yeah. Just generally yeah.
All right, generally yeah. Snake Eye says, question: will the Meta Quest finale be public ally viewable?
Yes, I want as much pressure as possible.
Oh, so not people cheering. You want the pressure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay. All right. Gilstrife says, Ramsey Bolton, the ones that fail the quest. Oh, okay. So that's someone who didn't pass. Raven is asking the question that I was wondering. Do we need to bring a red herring?
Nothing
Raven
is...
says,
They don't have to bring the herring or the skull.
Yeah, I remember there's a crystal skull, there's a red herring, and I don't know the rest.
Yeah, they were supposed to feed the red herring to something in a pool, and it didn't get done. We're going to give them another chance.
Man. Oh, my God. Raven says, I can bring a wish ring in place of the herring since I'm allergic to fish. Okay, good.
There you go.
Thomas points out that there has been no Christmas clue for the past 2 years. I also don't remember seeing them.
It's very... COVID's been kind of like, I'm not making any plan. Every time I make plans, then COVID kills them. So it's not really happened much lately.
Maybe this Christmas.
Maybe.
And Raven agrees. COVID keeps killing the plans. And Gilstrife says Ramsey Bolton flailed people alive. Okay, great.
Nice.
So speaking of the Skullcon, let's see. Do I have any more Skullcons? That's a question. All right, so that's the physical event happening. Again, this is Skullcon on June 17th through 18th. One of my slides coming up is the schedule. So if anyone has any questions about the schedule, you are about to see that. In addition to the actual Skull Bearer runs, there's also going to be Patron runs.
Yes.
Now, Skullcon runs are Friday and Saturday, but the Patron run is only on Saturday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, originally the whole Patron thing was, we were just going to do virtual, and Skullcon was just going to be Skullcon. And I thought we'd have so many people there that let's go ahead and give them something really nice. So we added this on. So, for Saturday night. So this is just a way of thanking the patrons for supporting the event in a big way. And hopefully people will be okay with some folks getting something different than they may get, but they support us and let us buy all these awesome costumes and animatronics and masks and all that stuff. So thanks for that.
As a proud patron, I think you do a really good job as recognizing the patrons. But from my perspective, I feel like it's also, I don't think you overdo it, so you're not at least I believe, I don't know if I can truly equitably say this, but I feel like you try to be as fair as possible to the whole spectrum of players. There's something for every person who just comes in off the street, buys one ticket, gets a 10-pack. They can have fun all the way up to a rabid collector / patron. So I thank you for that. Now, speaking of this image, if I'm not mistaken, this is the front of
the patron badge. There's a separate badge for the patrons and lanyard,
another
of course.
Badge. Oh, everybody loves convention badges. And what is this? What is Shyport Sinister?
The name of the long-announced adventure. we're going to have it. We were going to do this last year for some stuff, but we're going to show it then. It's going to be great. It'll be in the tunnel as well, in the wine cave, and it'll have the time on the back again, like the Skullcon adventure, Citadel Cavadar.
Speaking
so you'll have two badges if you're a patron.
So two different badges, and the Skullcon run is called Citadel of Cavadar, and the patron run is called Shyport Sinister.
Yes.
Wow, two completely different stories. Is there any type of interlocking at all Any type of crossover?
This one takes place originally. This one kind of takes place between 6 and 7, V6 and 7. Well, actually, it takes place like right after V5, about a couple of weeks after V5, or V6, I guess, depending on how you come back. But sometime in there between V7 and V5, the adventurers are in Shyport, and they have killed the Death Knight and saved the city from big undead. Unfortunately, some of the residual energies from all the Dark Rift that the Death Knight had gathered animated a few more undead in various crypts around the city, and they're asked to take care of the last one.
Oh, that sounds good. Now, each of these runs, are they 1 hour, 1.5, which includes check-in? Do you have a time frame for each of these adventures?
Yeah, these are all a full 2-hour experience, just like going to regular con. We went all out, and we're trying to make this just, as some of the patrons say in the past, some of the past patron events and special events have been rather meager, just with our time and resources and people I had. But the first one was just it was a mess. It was just a bunch of curtains, black curtains that were blown around. I had no idea there'd be this massive air current moving through there either. So,
yeah, I remember.
But anyway, it was still fun.
Yeah, you took us to the back, and we just walked through some curtains, and we were silly for like 4 rooms, I think. It was fun though. Yeah. So this is a full, cool 7-room adventure. It'll be nice. Wow, I'm very excited. Let's see. Let's go to our questions here. Thomas says we need another trivia evening at Skullcon. And
yes,
Snake Eyes is down for that.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's right.
So here's
at True Dungeon Celebration, there was a trivia night.
Yeah, I put it on. I love doing trivia contests. I have a blast doing them. I've done a few of them. So the problem is we got 320 something people, 28 coming now. So that's it's really hard to add an event that, by the way, can we fit another 320 people in it? Then span over,
Yeah, that
4
room
or 5
is
hours.
100 people, maybe 100 seats. That one room we did that, and they were up in the rafters, I think, or up on like a upper ledge last time.
It's not, the popularity of the events really kind of cut down on us ability to do anything, but who knows? So I didn't make any promises, and I'm sorry if there's any misunderstanding about other things happening. But I thought I was clear as it could be that nothing else but the adventure is probably going to go on, but we'll try to do other stuff. But I was hoping to spend most of my time, like I was going to run epilogue so I could talk to everybody and thank everybody. So I'll be busy during all the adventures running epilogue. So I think that's where I need to be, just so I can talk to every single person. But who knows? We'll try and see what we can come up with. And it'll kind of be a last minute type thing if we can come up with something. But I'm hoping people can just come to a really cool venue, hang out, where they're trying to get us some good food there, and ample. There's talk of a couple food trucks. I tried to get stuff confirmed before today, but I couldn't get anything confirmed. But it should be a good time, just for like first time in a few years, and just hang out, drink, eat, game, have fun, not worry about it, just have just have fun, and hopefully that's appealing to everybody. It is to me.
Yeah, it sounds amazing to me. So much so I was able to move my work schedule around. Speaking of food, there's food and drink inside the event that I remember. I mean, it's a restaurant slash center where they have events, right? So there's plenty of that going on. And then in addition to that, you're saying that there will likely be some food trucks as well.
They talked about it in the meeting that we had, but nothing's been confirmed yet. They're trying to find some. So they realize there'll be a lot of people there, and they want to make sure everybody's happy. And Yeah,
Cool.
there's some amazing food trucks around here, so it'll be great. I'm hoping people can hang out there most of the day and just have fun, and there'll be plenty of, unlike last celebration where it rained the whole time and it was cold.
Oh yeah.
This will be June, and it should be nice. And I mean, it might be a little hot, but they have a lot of outdoor seating. It's all covered with fans, and it should be fun inside or out. Plus, there's more seating and more fun. We're going to be doing the transmuting over at the Legends restaurant. So,
yeah, it's amazing. I really like that place. And for those of you who haven't been there yet, these adventures are. Jeff mentioned the wine cave. It's literally a wine cave. There's like these hobbit doors, and you open up the hobbit doors, and you go through these different cave-like rooms. And it's the best thing ever for True Dungeon. So you're going to love these runs, I promise. So speaking of the physical patron run, actually, let me jump to the questions real quick before we move on to the next topic. So Rachel asked, at one point the patron run was planned to be held at Boo Castle Park. Is that still the case?
No. That was what we were going to do last time, but weather wasn't the greatest.
Okay.
It rained out, so we had to scramble and made some people angry. So, because I didn't have a great backup plan. So this time, instead of risking that, we came up with a good adventure idea. We finally get to run Shapeport Sinister and just run that at the same place. I think you'll be happy with that. One of the issues of doing it at Boo Park is that it's going to be late June. Could be very hot, very sticky down in Southern Illinois. So it may not be the best location to have an outdoor, or that time and location, for an outdoor type event for a lot of folks.
Yeah, I recall the wine cave being a very comfortable temperature.
Underground. Yeah, it's like 60 degrees in there.
Oh,
it is
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right, so that answers Rachel. Next up, Gilstrap says, can't wait till Skullcon because it's going to be a friend of mine, first TD in-person run. Awesome. You guys aren't going to believe this. I was there at the 2017 event. There was someone who brought a friend, just like you're doing, Gilstrife. It was this person's first True Dungeon run ever, and in their 10-pack was a golden ticket.
That's funny.
How nuts is that? So everybody lost their mind, and of course the guy gave it to the one who brought him there, because he didn't, he had no need for it. So that was So speaking of golden tickets, all of them are out for the Gen Con, right? The only golden tickets that remains now are the platinum back for GamehoCon. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, just a little side tangent there. Next up, let's see. Kim says, I wonder if we'll see Ramella of the City Guard again. I never quite trusted her. Will we see Ramella?
Let's hope so. Who knows? Who knows?
That sounded like a yes to me.
All right, so Sean says, the undead can only be defeated by a turkey leg, I heard. Is that true? Is that the only thing that can beat the undead?
Sure.
Okay, everybody bring your turkey legs. Snake Eye says, question, at Skullcon, will there be external treasure boxes for all the draws we've been accruing?
Yeah, and the treasure maps. Everybody can turn in your treasure maps finally. So you'll probably have a crap ton of those to turn in. We'll have it'll be inside where the transmuting is done. You can come up there and turn in all your yellows, all your treasure maps, all that, and get all your treasure back.
Okay, great question, Snake Eyes. Thank you for that. Thomas says epilogue, Jeff, would be great. I agree. At each of those patron events that I've done, you thanking everybody is a nice touch. So I appreciate that, and I'm sure everybody else does as well. So I agree, Thomas. But hard to beat epilogue, John or Andrew or Henry.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
Well, that you can't compare. B Power says, wish I could go. I hope everyone has a ball. Sorry, B Powers, that you can't make it. Rachel asks, and I think I know the answer to this one because I think I saw it on the forums. Rachel asks, can we turn in golden tickets at Skullcon?
Well, we'd rather no. We'd rather do that through the mail. I know it sucks. I guess you could do it there, and then so the reason we ask people to do it through our system is because we've got the whole computer system set up for it. So if you go through our transmuting thing, you can, it'll put you in our system. I know it's like kind of a big corporation type answer. Yes, you must follow our procedures, even though they make no sense. But from practice, it just makes it, if we go through the system, then we have your address, we send you stuff, we've got everything we need. And it keeps, things a lot easier on Lori and stuff. So if you want, you could just do the order and then just turn it in with the order at the Legend at Transmute.
But you must do the order through the True Dungeon website before turning it in physically there.
Yeah, just so we can mark it, and it gets marked in the computer.
Got it. So Kurt, we just confirmed that I was told to go through the Transmute system. I think I saw your question and get answered. He says I was told to go through the Transmute system, but instead of mailing, I could bring it in person. So that's what Jeff just said. You definitely do the system, order it through the system. And Rachel says, thank you. Mackenzie says, late to the show, will Orbs of DragonCon be transmuted at Skullcon? Is there any way after all is transmuted, we get our 8 Orbs back? Just a cool collection piece. So that second question, can we, I should have held that question, but maybe you can answer the second part of that question. If you can transmute them, can you get the 8 back?
No, sorry. Sadly, no. Your DM is a mean guy. He makes you turn stuff in. Sorry. No, we have to keep them. It's a transmute, so we got to keep them.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to get to that orb question in a second here. Speaking of that, any more questions, please throw them in the chat. We've got a couple more things we're going to go through, and then we'll call it a show. Let's see. Next up is for those... Oh, you know what? The virtual. Speaking of patrons, every patron gets 2 runs this year. The physical at Skullcon, and if you can't make it, you get another chance to do the virtual version Friday, which is September 30th. And if you remember this slide here, October 1st and 2nd, that's a Saturday and Sunday for Isle of Bone. There's only 2 days there, and that's because the Friday is this patron run. Is it Shyport Sinister? Is it a different run? No. Is it a different participation token? What's up?
So it is it's a new virtual venture. It'll have a different participation token that we'll mail out, and it's going to be a little cheesy because it's one-off adventure virtual thing, but it should still be fun. Similar to the one we had last year, if you remember playing in that one. So it was fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. At the end, with the little boxes and all the different tokens. Yeah, that was fun.
So, we'll have some.
All right. So, Mackenzie says, figured, but I had to ask. Thank you both.
Sure.
Falcor asks, are there any more Ari candles? Can people, because it's not on the True Dungeon exchange list, can anyone bring a honeycomb and the ingredients to exchange for an Ari candle at Skullcon?
I cannot answer that with any certainty. We might be able to find some more. There might be some more at the Heron Warehouse, but we'll let you know if we find them. So.
Okay, so maybe. And let's see. Mr. Tomothy says, what can you tell us about... Ooh, good question. This is worthy of this shot. Mr. Tomothy says, what can you tell us about Silver Ship Passage Mirthwood? This mysterious token.
I don't know what. I don't know what you're talking about. Who knows what that's for? I guess you can use it to get to some place. Oh, Mirthwood.
That's a pretty crappy answer.
Yeah. Who knows?
We got nothing.
Maybe you might find out 7B. Who knows?
Who
knows? Maybe.
I think I just heard a tease. All right. So I want to make sure everybody sees this map here. This is Walker's Bluff in Carterville, Illinois. This is where Skullcon is going to be. There's 2 parking spots. They're over there on the lower left and in the upper right. The Legends Restaurant, that's where token transmuting is going to be. The tasting room is where registration's happening. The adventures are going to be kicked off there. I assume somebody will walk us over to the wine cave like last time. Probably.
Yes.
Okay.
For some of them, one adventure starts. Yeah. Well, you'll see when you get there.
Oh, okay. Regent will be there. The catalyst and the influence of the early influence on True Dungeon, and open gaming, and food, and maybe food trucks as well.
Yeah, and over at Legends, it doesn't say that, but there'll be more just open seating and bathrooms, and maybe that's where they'll put the food trucks. I don't know. We'll see. Mm-hmm. But that's where that's where you can turn in all your tokens. You can get your pirate maps redeemed. You can get your yellow treasure chip tokens redeemed. All that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to try to remember that. I usually, right at the very last moment, I'm like, oh, I got these treasure chips. I need to turn them in. So maybe I'll remember to bring those. Myron asked, what's up with the 7B already on sale? That was a snafu, Myron. Everyone's going to be refunded, so nobody buy those tickets. It's the wrong date anyway. Those will all be refunded. Myron, thank you for asking that question. And hello. Another thing to see here is the tasting room. I remember this. Chow, drinks. This, I think the trivia thing was here, wasn't it?
Trivia was over at Legends. There's also some really nice outside seating you can't see here on both sides, with ceiling fans and overhang. So it's really good. A lot of places to hang out. So
yeah, it's a really nice place. I was talking to Lori the other day. And I said, Jeff and I should just buy this whole place and just do 24/7 True Dungeon here. Go. And she said, that's a great idea. She's going to live in the Florida house. And then, and then I said, okay, well, I guess my wife will go with you down there. And then maybe we could just see each other at Christmas or something, seeing, each other, once a year will be enough, So what do you think?
Maybe. We'll see.
All
there
right.
is room out there for a Hobbit village. That's what I really would want to do, is a nice Hobbit village. So I'm trying to talk the one of the owners into putting in a Hobbit village on that hill. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great. I think fans would love it here. Thomas says they had their own wooden tokens there at the tasting room.
Yeah. It's pretty common in bars. Bars usually have
I see what you're talking. The wooden nickels. Yeah. The wooden nickels. Got it. Yeah. All right, so we're closing in on the final couple of things here. I want to make sure everyone sees this. If you get in early on Thursday, you can do token transmuting at TD headquarters. Go to truedungeon.com to find out where that is, from noon to 8 p.m. And then on Friday, there's more token transmuting at TD headquarters from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then we jump over to Walker's Bluff, where you can do open gaming from 3 to 11. In Legends, you can do pick back up the transmuting, and then the event for Skull Bearers starts at 7 p.m. and ends. The last run is starts at 10:12, and then we go to Saturday. And notice how there's no patrons on Friday. That's just on Saturday. Opens up at 9 a.m. so you can get over there and get some chow, start playing some games. That's all day and all night till 11 p.m. Transmuting picks back up again 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. so plenty of time to transmute. More Skull Bearers events from 10 a.m. to 3, and then that's the last Skull Bearers run, and then the Patron event is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And notice the note there, food and a full bar will be available from Walker's Bluff during all convention hours so that the attendees can stay at Walker's Bluff and game/socialize with friends between runs. So that is lots of time to have lots of fun.
Yeah.
And speaking of transmuting, oh, go ahead, Jeff. You had something to add to that? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that thank Walker's Bluff for allowing us to come back. One of the owners was one of the first DMs in 2003. A good friend of mine, and he's
really?
So help support Walker's Bluff if you can by eating and drinking there and having fun and just kicking out at Walker's Bluff.
What a cool connection. That is amazing. Yeah. That's a very cool connection. I'd love to meet this person. I assume they're going to be there that weekend, right?
Probably, yeah. For some of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very, very, very cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing that little tidbit of info. So let me jump to the chat here real quick. Gilstrife says he's down for the Hobbit Village. Kim is also down, thinks the Hobbit Village would be cool. And Thomas says Wisconsin might have beat them to that. And Falcor says, can we redeem a bunch of treasure tokens at Transmute? And the answer is yes. That's where you can bring them. You can bring your pirate
bring them all.
Your yellow chips, bring it on. And Thomas says it is very cool. Yeah, and I agree. So let's jump back to this. So this goes back to the question Mackenzie asked, can we transmute the orbs at Skullcon? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
I've got mine ready to go. Anybody else bag them and triple, quadruple check them a million times? All right. And so, just between us. I mean,
don't tell anybody.
Everybody's signed off. Nobody's here. It's just stuff. What the,
What do these things do?
Just between us.
You can look. I don't know if the Elder Orb is actually on Token DB or not, but it'll tell you what Dragonkin means, the abilities you get for that. For the Eldest Orb, you will find out when you transmute it. Again, it's nothing big and cool, so we told people 8 years ago, don't collect these. Don't put yourself out thinking it's going to be some super powerful thing. I didn't want anybody, spending money they couldn't afford. Being a patron's awesome, but I don't want them, make somebody think, oh, I got to do it. So it's just a minor little thing. So don't get too excited, but it'll be fun, I think.
Okay. So now, as one can imagine, I read Token DB a lot. It says the user, this is Elder Orb of Dragonkind, the one on the left. This one takes 5 orbs in any combination, can be multiples, in addition to one of each of the trade goods. The user of this mystical and powerful item gains the Dragonkin subtype. The special effects of gaining this subtype are currently shrouded in mystery. So, Wow.
I guess I was wrong. Well, maybe that entry will be updated on, June 17th.
Ooh, on June 17th. That happens to be when Skullcon is.
Weird.
Now, for Eldest, this says
nothing. You get nothing.
You get nothing.
You are like nothing.
You gain the subtype just like the 5, but there's something else in it.
Yes.
There's a subtype ability.
A little thing.
It's a secret power that aligns with the spirit of dragons. Ooh, whatever that is going to be awesome. But just a little bit of fun. Okay, so let's go back and final question. So throw them in chat if you have any. When will we learn the power of the ultimate dragon orb? Good question, Snake Eyes. I was just trying to get it out of him. He didn't give it up. So.
When you make one, you'll find out.
When you make one. Yeah. All right, so now everyone fly to Carbondale early year, and let's all do it on Thursday. So.
Thursday.
And Mr. Timothy, just
so don't get too excited. It's gonna. I told everybody it was gonna be something kind of minor, so just so you know.
I'm not sure if you understand the rapidity. Is that a word? The rapidness. We're very excited just to have it, just to make it. That's what's exciting.
Yep.
And Kurt Resner says, hopefully mine aligns with Tiamat.
There you go.
Do we get to align with different dragon types? Is that the thing?
I don't know. You'll find out.
All right, we'll find out.
Got to make one.
Myron says, I think the answer is the same that you just said. Myron asks, is everyone different? And I think he means, is every orb different?
No, that would be too cool. And I said it would be something kind of lame. So, no, everybody's the same.
Okay. Gilstrife says, if they get a pet dragon, I'm going to be very upset. So Gilstrife wants you to know that.
All right. I'll keep that under advisement.
All right. Now, in 2016, we did get a baby beholder. We had a little ball, and it was it was a baby beholder. And you said we had to bring it with us to have the special power. And then you said that it will only last 1 year. And, well, of course, we asked why. And you said because it's too powerful and you can't contain it. So, yeah. So we've had a baby beholder before.
Excuse me. You don't want to. You want to get rid of them baby beholders. They're too big.
Yeah, they got too big. All right, so a couple more questions. Will I be able to use my Orb of Dragonkind at Origins 2023? I think that's a coy way to ask, will True Dungeon be at Origins 2023?
Maybe. Sorry, got a cough.
It's all right. You want to drink some water or something?
No, I hope we can go to Origins. We'll see. Like it's a club, and it's the board of directors for that club changes all the time, and their priorities just change and shift. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so it's a maybe. Myron says everyone has the same power. Then that does appear to be the case. All right. So speaking of future conventions, what you have confirmed is that Gen Con will have 3 exciting adventures. One of them is brand new, Ebony Bay. And, of course, Gen Con is August 4th through the 7th. Also coming up in the True Dungeon world is Gamehole Con, which is October 20th through the 23rd. You'll see Ebony Bay there, in case you missed it at Gen Con, and a brand new adventure, Darkhold Keep. So there is a very, very, very busy True Dungeon year ahead of us. And Gilstrife says, my guess is they get the breath attack of a dragon once a game. All right, so we'll see if that guess is correct.
We'll see.
Byron says, are you still required to have original content at Gen Con?
I can't really talk about that kind of stuff. We have but obviously we're not, since we're bringing old adventures to stuff we've already shown at PAX West and Gamehole Con. So
no problem, understood. Now, speaking of something you can talk about, from what I understand, we have more breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah. Breaking news. Oh my God, breaking news.
So, Jeff, what is this breaking news?
Breaking news? What was that breaking news? Let me see if I can find it. I see in the future. Oh, maybe 4 years from now. Oh, the gathering of gamers at a place called RingCon, where the people that have assembled all 5 rings will come together for an adventure.
Oh, wait, there's more.
There'll also be some patrons there that have collected 4 things, and they will go on an adventure as well.
Wow. So are you saying there's another event for the rings? There's going to be 5 rings. And that's why it's 4 years from now in Carbondale?
Don't know where it's going to be. It's too far out to say, but there will be something.
An event.
Yeah. Very similar to Skullcon, but we're going to call it RingCon because there's rings this time. So there you go.
Wow, there you heard it first here on True Dungeon Talk with Trent. RingCon. Wow, that is very, very cool news. So let's see what we have here. Falcor says, "Oh my God, RingCon." Gilstrive says, "Ooh, RingCon." Raven says, "Ooh, RingCon." David says, "Yes." Gilstrive says, "Shirts?" Question mark. So
What did he say?
Shirts. Shirts? Question mark.
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay, maybe. Awesome. All right, Jeff, is there anything else you would like to share with the audience before I let you go?
No, I guess just yeah, this is going to be, things are really going to start heating up now. We've got the first part of the first arc done of the virtual stuff, and now we're going to start going on the road and while doing that at the same time. So just thank all the volunteers for letting that happen. We got about 200 people coming to Gen Con to help us put that on. Yeah, plus all the people that help us put the virtual stuff on. So if you get a chance and you're when you're playing an adventure at Gen Con or Gamehole Con, or just virtually, just make sure if you can to thank volunteers, because we'd all be doing nothing without them. So even we have a great group of people coming to Skullcon to help us run that. Wow. So yeah. Thanks to the volunteers.
Yeah, I agree. The volunteers for True Dungeon are amazing, and for those of you who have not volunteered yet, you can go to tdvols.com and learn all about volunteering. The volunteers are just amazing at True Dungeon. So I try to thank them as much as I can. All right, so let's see. So Raven says, yay for the volunteers. Thomas says the same. Snake Eye says thank you. Gilstrife says woo, volunteers. Myron asks Raven, are they coming to somewhere? Kim says, I'm happy to be able to volunteer once again at Gen Con. Excellent, Kim. Thank you for volunteering. And Snake Eye says, question, what will be the volunteer appreciation tokens at Gen Con?
I'm not sure. I should say on the TD Vols. That's not my department. Whatever I would tell you now would be wrong. So,
okay, so go to TD Vols.
It should say under these conventions, I'm pretty sure, but Lori might be doing it differently now. I don't know. She may give you a choice. I don't know.
Okay, how it works. So go to tdvols.com to check that out. And Raven says, yes, she's going to Skullcon. There's a MetaQuest thing I'm under a lot of pressure to solve for Mongo.
Yeah.
And all of us. Well, Jeff, it has been a supreme pleasure, as always, to have you on the show. Thank you so much for sharing so much good information and answering all kinds of questions and giving the audience some breaking news about a new adventure somewhere 4 years from now called RingCon. So thank you very much. Please have a good day.
Sorry about the voice and the energy levels a little low, but yeah, these freaking allergies are killing me. So thanks for your understanding on that.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Thank you very much. Please have a good day and get well soon. And I'll see you mid-June at Skullcon.
Take care.
All right. See you, buddy. All right. Bye-bye. All right, so that was Jeff Martin, the creator of True Dungeon, and lots of good information for everybody. And I have my little notes here. At the bottom here, it says algorithm stuff. It also says that at the top. I completely forgot. Such a dork. So, yes, algorithm stuff. Click like and subscribe and share and thumbs up and share with your enemies and friends. The way to get the word out is to do all of those things, and then the video gets recommended to more people who have similar tastes. So, but I would love to get the word out about True Dungeon as big as audience as possible. Thank you very much for everyone watching. I really do appreciate everyone joining in and watching live. And if you're watching this in the future, thank you very much as well. And here's my little closing line. Remember, it's very, very difficult to frown if you're smiling. So please smile.